Hey, how's it going? Welcome to News Acc 27Jan2022. Looking at the front page as always. First up in New York Times, some old guy retiring from the Supreme Court at 83 years of age. Holy moly, should have been forced to retire 20 years ago in my book. Down here, Putin, Russia. Wall Street Journal, old guy retiring, Putin, Russia. Federal Reserve going to increase interest rates to reduce inflation. Not sure how that works. If it works, I'm not an economist. Please let me know. National Post Canada, some priests lighting candles in England to mark International Holocaust Remembrance Day. That's today. Down here, Ukraine, Justin Trudeau not going to send guns to the Ukraine, but will send defensive vests and goggles. Very stereotypically Canadian response there. Grandma from Cuba. Cubans getting ready to celebrate the birthday of Jose Julian Martí Pérez, known as the Apostle of Cuban Independence, Cuban national hero, key figure in Cuba gaining its independence from Spain back in the 1800s. If he was alive tomorrow, he would have been 169 years young. So rest in peace. Thank you for your service. Gone too soon. Down the bottom, quote from Fidel: if Marty was capable of having that thought at that time, today Marty would be a Marxist-Leninist. He would be a communist. There is not the slightest doubt. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Fidel. Rest in peace, mate. South Africa, corruption, true crime. Jerusalem Post: Ukrainian Jews told to be ready to leave if Russia invades. Wow. Some intense anti-Russia propaganda there this morning. To the left, snow in occupied Jerusalem this morning. Tehran Times, Vienna nuclear talks. On the left, more potential graves of native children found in Canada. That's at a residential school site. No mention of that in the Canadian newspaper this morning. Over here, Saudi Arabia and Israel becoming world pariahs. Would have said Saudi Arabia and Israel continuing to be world pariahs. However, down here, war in Yemen still ongoing. The Hindu hospitalizations line go down. The Australian race to fill Russia gas gap, so the Aussies seeing, of course, an opportunity in a crisis. If Russia slows down the gas or the gas gets too expensive, they're ready to export it. Down here, cricket. Down here, over $1 trillion in debt. Where are the new hospitals and doctors? Throw them out. Do we want to throw out the new hospitals and doctors? Not too sure about that strategy just now at this moment in time. Global Times, China. There's Vlad on a Zoom call with some Italian business leaders. Moscow are going to compete with Rome for the rights to host the 2030 World Expo. That's what that's about. Down here, digging into America because they're going to let their diplomats fly home before the Winter Olympics. Over here, digging into America because they've passed a bill to curtail China's silicon chip manufacturing. Irish Examiner, a bit of soft war porn this morning. The Russian Navy missile cruiser Marshal Ustinov heading for live fire exercises off the Irish coast next week. Let's see how it goes. On the left, the health service getting sued by a whole bunch of parents because really bad stuff happened. Some kids who had really bad mental health difficulties were all given really strong drugs and told to go home and just keep taking the drugs and no other support, and lots of them, it completely messed them up. One of them tried to commit suicide, this type of thing. So there's over 100 families are now involved in a class action lawsuit. Down the bottom, young lead post-restriction spending spree in pubs. The government lifted the restrictions in Ireland last week and everyone obviously went out in the piss immediately, and they compared that weekend to a weekend 2 years previous before the pandemic and spending was up 160%. So good time to be in the pub business. Irish Sun, true crime down here. Intent to supply. That's a pretty good pun. Some lads who were selling drugs out of a tent. It says here, dealing drugs in a field. Fake news. It was in a park. Anyway, it says there crack shack. Doesn't look like too much crack in there, to be honest. Irish Daily Mail. Oh, guess who's back in the news? It's your favourite royal, who's not really a royal anymore. Prince Andrew, Duke of York, Earl of Inverness, no longer Baron Killyleagh, since I claimed the title off him there a few weeks ago. He wants to go to a jury trial, yes, regarding the allegations that he raped an underage girl who was trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein, the billionaire paedophile financier, did not kill himself, or IP. He's finally played his hand. I fully was sure he was going to just pay her off, but no, he said, I will go to a jury trial. I will stand up in court. He must think it's a good idea, but he also thought it was a good idea to go and do that BBC Newsnight interview. So let's see how it works out from down there. That same mental health story. The Echo, dealers prey on pain. This is a story. A GP has come out and said that older people who can't access cannabis have to go to drug dealers to get the cannabis, and it provides good relief for them. So it's good to see this. It's a little shifting of the overt and window saying, we need to increase the accessibility of medical cannabis, that type of thing. All very good. Would love to see that. Belfast Telegraph, some kind of a non-story. Some guy in the north trailed through all these Sinn Féin women, just so happened to be all women, trailed through their Twitter account for years and years and found some stuff they said that was maybe a bit edgy or not so nice, and now they've all had to apologise. So non-story, something to fill the papers with. Herald from Scotland, Boris still the Prime Minister. Financial Times, Russia, Ukraine, Bitcoin, Federal Reserve, The Guardian. Prime Minister accused of lying. We talked about that yesterday at the end of the show. He said he basically lied and said we never approved these animals to be airlifted out of Afghanistan, but he actually did. So surprise, surprise. Down the bottom, job seekers targeted and benefits crackdown. Boris going to force everyone to go back to work no matter what the job is. Even if you're a qualified lawyer and you can only get work as a toilet cleaner, then you have to take the toilet cleaner job or you're going to be cut off completely. Universal basic income now. Please, thank you. Over there, Russia, Ukraine. Daily Torygraph. Once upon a woke time. Today's hot button cultural issue for the Torygraph is that they're remaking Snow White, apparently Disney, and they're worried it'll be too woke. Of course, like everything. There's Boris, Putin, Independent Force Stories on top, COVID, Windrush, COVID, football, there's Boris again, Daily Express, Boris, Prince Andrew, Daily Mail, Andrew again, Boris, Daily Mirror, Johnson sweats, and down here Prince Andrew, not sweating allegedly, although maybe we will get to see him sweat when the jury trial comes up. Metro, terse posting, Andrew, iNewspaper, Boris, Putin, Daily Star, Boris lying, Putin on the blitz, Elon Musk rocket to crash into the moon. Elon Musk not content with littering Earth with lots of space junk, now he has to litter it on the moon. Good times. Boris still the Prime Minister of the UK, Prince Andrew still the Duke of York, and Julian Assange is still in the maximum security Belmarsh prison in solitary confinement without fair trial or due process. If you want to stay off corporate, state, social media for the day, just click the link in the description. Alright, thanks, good luck.